Hey, you guys, Coach Liz here. All right, this week we're going to talk about the mindset. The mindset is one of our high five habits that will not just help you lose some weight, but really will help you change your life and be able to create that long-term healthy lifestyle that you want. It is such an important part just to become more conscious and aware of your thoughts and your emotions and how you react to those. There's a quote that I love from Viktor Frankl, and it goes like this: Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Now, I love that because what it's saying is between our stimulus, whether something that triggers us or even just seeing a donut or something, and how we respond to that, that is where our power lies, is in that space between what we decide to do, how we decide to respond. Now, in Dr. A's The Habits of Health book, if you don't have this book, let me know. You can actually listen to it for free on an audiobook. I can get that for you. But he talks about this phrase: stop, challenge, choose. It's something that Dr. A talks about all the time. This is on page 135 that he's talking about this. And what he does is he teaches about before we respond to something, to stop. So stop, challenge that thought, how you're going to respond. Just think about it for a second and then choose how you want to respond. So it's kind of like if you go to a four-way stop and you stop at an intersection at the stop sign, don't just kind of like do a rolling stop when you're deciding on how to respond, but like when you have a stimulus or a stress or, a choice to make, then stop, like actually stop, put your emergency brake on, maybe even get out of your car and walk around your car for a second, like that much of a pause sometimes to think about what you want. Is this choice going to move me closer to what I really want, or is it going to take me back? Is this choice worth going backwards, or do I want to keep moving forward? Now, when we can stop and actually think about that on how we respond, that's where the power lies. You actually can be in control of your choice, whether it be food. If someone brings food, there's food in front of you, instead of just responding like I used to do. If there was chocolate in front of me or some kind of sweet that I loved, it just felt like, oh, it's there, I have to eat it. Or I was stressed. I've got to get a handful of chocolate chips to handle this stress. It was just like a response that I would do. Once I stopped to actually like stop and think about it, and think about what do I really want. One thing I would do is I would actually go to the sink and I'd fill up a quart jar full of water when I was feeling stressed, and I had that first response of go get the chocolate chips. That's going to make it better, right? I would go to the sink first, chug a big quart of water. That would just like slow things down, create a space, fill my stomach with water, actually give me a few seconds to think about that choice I was about to make, and then I could actually make that choice with better thinking. And that helped me so much to just like stop and think before I react. One thing that Dr. A says that he does when he's in a meeting, he holds a water bottle. And when somebody says something that might trigger him and he wants to respond, like, maybe in a negative way, he makes himself first take a drink of water to actually like think about what he's going to say before he responds. How smart is that? What if we did that and we just slowed down, whether it be with food or how we respond to people or react, our lives would be different. Our choices would be different. Our relationships would be different. So I want you to think about this week about how you can stop and think before you respond. In what areas of your life would that help you? Would you make better food choices if you just didn't react or respond when something is put in front of you? Or would you have better relationships when you stopped and thought before you reacted or responded to something that somebody said? How different would your life be? For not just yourself, but those around you. So that is my challenge for you this week: is take a few seconds this week and stop, challenge, and choose before you react. All right, have a good week.